Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Right, what do we have here now? This was a very interesting lobby that I played in, right? So there was a ton of players that are on like significantly high OS, like significantly high OS in this. Now I don't know how to get the open skill numbers like on here. If you guys know, please let me know. Drop it in the comments. But you could probably tell from like the chevrons here that this wasn't a noob lobby at all, right? Now this game is quite a mismatch in my opinion. This map I have played it before. I don't hate it, but I'm not like the biggest fan of it. I don't think I know it well enough, right, to know what the plays are and things like that, right, and what you should be doing. This is the first time I've started in this, the most like southern position here, right, and now looking back and on the video, I think I should just move my commander here and got him to make a bot or vehicle lab just down here rather than wasting time moving because my lane opponent is their star player, right? And this guy was a on a big OS. I can't remember exactly what he was. Well, when I say big, in comparison to like what I'm used to playing against, right? So he was in 30 or 40 OS, like maybe 35, maybe 40, something like that. I can't remember. Rompy, do forgive me if I've gotten that wrong. Um, but yeah, it's ain't looking. I mean, look at the board, right? Yeah, the least experienced or the least you know worst player. Let's just call it what it is usually at the bottom, and that's me. That's me. That's this guy right here. Against who? The top player. This guy right here. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. So this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be one of them those games that are just gonna be difficult. Yeah, look how he's playing. Look, he's clearly requested a constructor, right, from second best player over here, right? Because he's thinking, right, he's probably gonna. Well, this is surprising to me. I would have assumed he would have went just units, units, units. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, if you compare to what I'm doing, right? I'm maybe less lessons for me here because I made some cheaper units, right? The pawns just to kind of establish the not exactly the central point, but the central point. Looks like we got a bit of a skirmish here already. Yeah, see, this is what I thought would end up happening to me. Okay, well, at this point I didn't know I was against their best player, but nevertheless, I thought there would be some tension in the middle, right, middle of the map, like there often is in every game. So I wanted to get some units built, get them out up over there. All right, Orange State, he's got a bit of a forward force. Okay, Dog One is open. He's sending some army up. Right now he's moving forward. He's moving forward without any backup. He's pre-ordered his build list. He's pre-ordered his build list, and he doesn't mind crossing this little bit of water to. Of course, he wants to get this mex, right. He wants to get an establishment on this in this metal position. Right, we've got triples coming. Is right next to Sheed. I hope I'm pronouncing five head Sheed. I don't know. I hope I haven't completely butchered that name there, but he should be feeling good. Like he should be feeling like, okay, I might not be the most experienced neither, but I've got our top player, and he was also on a high OS. Like this, our leader and Rompy, they were, I think, practically the same. Maybe a difference of a few OS here or there, right? But otherwise they were pretty much the same. Opnux looks like he's taking the water. Destroyer would have been great. That's clearly a once spectators, yeah, spectator chat giving some advice, some input. We've got Kulon going air. He's energy storing. So with aircrafts, guys, one of the things that you'll notice is that metal is not your enemy, right? It's not really metal that you're gonna be struggling with any airplay. It's energy, energy. That's what you're gonna be struggling with. Now, rather than building forward, I mean, this is really ambitious, really ambitious. Um, build the one, right, and get a con to start making energy, right? Because that's what's gonna help you. Maybe another con turret around here just to help purely with the ecoing. But it's nice to see him. He's got some aircrafts out. So what am I doing? So I've got the opposite problem. I've got good energy coming in, right? Because I've got this guy building. So I've got some solars as well, right? Because I didn't trust the map with wind, and I've got this. So I think I realized by now, yeah, because I've got some units. I realized that I'm against their best player, right? So I'm gonna have to try and get units out. You know, I'm gonna have to try and get units out because he's gonna be able to, like, his actions per minute, his APM is gonna be better than mine. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. It's gonna be far better than mine. He's gonna have plays that I'm not familiar with, and he might know this map a hell of a lot better than me. So he's got all the advantage, right? So I felt as though what my only thing I can do here is just overwhelming with numbers, maybe. Overwhelming with numbers. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. He's you know, he must be on a like a repair command. So yeah, he's gonna be moving up when these guys move up. So that's risky. Really risky. Orange State. I mean, what position is he? All right, it's kind of in the middle, right? So he's not gonna be that bad. But then again, none of these guys are really noobs. I think we might have had like one or two, including myself, in both teams. Right? But yeah, everybody here was a pretty damn good player. I think honestly, I literally was the worst. I really was the worst. But in my defense, I don't think I had enough of an opportunity to see that, to test my mettle in a game like this, in a lobby like this, because I was against their best. You know, I was against their best, and I think anyone other than like Fivehead and Sloth were gonna struggle against this guy. Yeah, and he's got his second best there as well. He's got his second best there as well. Sloth, for those who are wondering, look, he's up front, our second best. He's obviously not afraid. He's up front. He hasn't. This is why. This is why he's transitioning, right? Not to a woman or to a different type of faction. He's just going in. He's just going up the tech tree, right? Well, forward base. All right. Don't hate it. It's a tier 1 lab. That's going to be good. But these guys seem to be a bit more balanced, I feel, up in the northern section of the map, right? This high ground is going to be really good for Anonix Twitch. Army at 6. He's enjoying life. He doesn't feel threatened, even though, you know, we've got the height advantage, right? Which would normally give us range advantage. This harassment. But look, I feel like I did give him a bit of a beating. So it just goes to show you might be the best rank, but you can still get a licking, right? And that gave me a bit of confidence. You know, it showed to me that, look, even though he is the best player, I almost had him. And look, he's got significant help up here. Like, these artillery units are there, shell shockers. You know, so they're hitting me as much as they're. Yo, damn son, that ain't good. Okay, their green goes down as well. He's got to be really careful, man, because if he's just going in for the reclaim like this is worrying. Yeah, look, this is not good. Is he gonna... What's gonna happen? He's at 8%. 5%. Oof. And boom goes the dynamite. I mean, Yeah, look, I think his intent was probably to go for the wreckages, but he should have kept him back. Should have kept him back because they still like the blue team still had a significant army up there, in my opinion. Look, my guys are just getting a beating, man. But I feel like he's not. Like, his APM's really. Oh, so he's doing it as a fight command. Interesting. Interesting. So when I was moving them, yeah, I'm just doing it as a move. I wasn't doing it as a fight command. All right. But as you can see, look, I'm going in there harassing him, trying to get some hits off, and then bringing him back to get repaired by my commander. That was my play, guys. It was literally as bread and butter as that, you know, because I didn't know what else I could do. Like I can't. It's a significant distance from the lab to here, and trying to get one of my construction units to come up here to do what exactly? Maybe what, make a gauntlet? Is that going to be enough? Maybe it would be. I don't know. I think a construction nano would have been good to have up here. Maybe a forward lab. Maybe a forward lab. Guys, tell me about your experiences, right? Tell me about your experiences. What was it for you? Like, what was that game where you kind of got out of the primordial swamp, so to speak, for a little bit, and you played against, you know, significantly higher skilled opponent to yourself? How did it go? Right? Was it a bad exchange? What did you learn from those engagements? Like me, I think forward lab. Maybe don't even bother sending a constructor from there. Just a forward lab. Yeah, build a constructor from my forward lab. Build a nano, and then try tick spamming him or something. Like he's gone up the tech tree. He's gone up the tech tree. I should have maybe realized when he wasn't really bolstering his squad with anybody else, that I should have made the push. That's a learning from me. Yeah, see, look, I mean, so I'm moving them. I'm moving them now. Thankfully, recluses don't have the best health in the world, right? But they still got amazing range, and they're all terrain. Don't forget that. So you can get some really clever plays, especially in a map like this where it's got high ground, some sort of cliff type edges and things like that. So yeah, to be very cognizant of that. And one of the things he added was the Weber. Yeah, and he was EMP in my units. See, I tried to play with Webers once upon a time, and I didn't feel like I got any value out of them, so I just never bothered making them. Yeah, guys, tell me about Webers. I mean, do you have to micro them enough where you have to tell them to attack and then tell them when to reclaim? Or do they kind of do all of that stuff automatically? Like, if an enemy comes into their line of sight, yeah, and kill area, would they just attack? Otherwise, wherever they are, do they just reclaim automatically? Because if they do that, I might start making some of these Webbers. Yo, something good's happened here, clearly. Clearly. Nice to see. But I think I'm in trouble. I think I'm in trouble. Unless somehow we can get like this northern section completely in our grasp, so we can attack him from this sort of this pathway here, right? Or even just go around and so we've got to find something, because direct assault, especially from somebody like me, is not happening. Look, my army's spent. They're gone. They're gone. I'm flagging for help. I can't see any mouse highlights yet. Oh yeah, okay. Right, we've got a squad mate that's aware. I left my commander here because I thought, look, I can't move him too much because the energy is going to go and I'm cloaked, right? I wanted them to get close so I could D-gun. But I thought, look, the time's running out. Thought I could try and get a little bit clever, try and move him around. I'm cloaking, I'm feeling happy. I wasn't aware of my energy situation. And boom, the cloak's gone. Energy's gone, cloak is gone. He tagged me. He tagged me, and that was all she wrote. That was all she wrote. I think this was always inevitable, guys. I think this is inevitable. I'm not giving up. I'm still sending units. Five head has said, look, make pawns. Yeah, make pawns. So straight away, I'm taking the advice. Went into pawns. Went into pawns. Take the advice of your experienced players. Now, Five Heads has sent some Mausers up. These are good. They're gonna really help. They're gonna destroy a chunk of these, right? But pepper them as well, and it should hopefully be enough for like what will my remaining rocket bots and the pawns. The pawns should help clear these up. Yo, Blue's even throwing these sprinters up in there. Sprinters is something that I said to myself I'm gonna try and incorporate more into my game moving forward, right? So let's see. Feel like I'm doing. Oh no, I was gonna say feel like I'm doing alright, but nope. The spiders. Spiders are too tough. Too tough. Especially when you incorporate these paralyzers, right? They got you. There's me just signaling that this section is lost, right? Not as a complaint, but to just inform the team that look, this southern section's out. So think about it. The enemy's got a new flank that they can hit you with. So they gotta be aware of that. They gotta be aware of that. My man's paralyzed my entire base. All right. Spiders don't like water. Yeah, gone. What's happening here? Hey, look at that. Sloth. It's these gunslingers. Maybe the gunslingers aren't that bad. I don't know. Have I been giving them a bad rap? Have I been hating on them? Hating on them significantly all this time? Let me know. And guys, look, if you are enjoying the content despite my my eradication on this game, if you're enjoying the content, I think a good chunk of my viewers aren't actually subscribers. So hey, look, if you are enjoying what I'm producing, my output, etc., hey, leave a like, drop a sub. It really helps. It really helps. Because I think I don't really know too much about YouTube and the algorithm and stuff, but I think it definitely helps to kind of push the channel out a lot more. Yeah. Yeah, man. Any support you guys can give me, that'd be superb. That'd be excellent. Wow, he has managed to get through significantly. I am mightily impressed and surprised, to be completely honest. Because they don't have the maddest range in the world. The rate of fire isn't that bad, I suppose. Not the quickest, are they? 5 beers days to. Do you know what? I do I do see where he's coming from with that. I do see where he's coming from with that because it didn't really wasn't pinging. He wasn't really doing anything to he wasn't pumping anything out to help his situation, right? I mean, now he's trying to make pit bulls, but it's not gonna work. I mean, I know. Who am I to laugh, right? I got my base eradicated, yeah, but I was trying to fight to the bitter end. Trying to fight to the bitter end and communicating with the team. There's me asking for a con. I don't want to. I don't want to be on the sidelines. I want to help. Right? Because I've had games in the past where I've had similar problems where I've been battered. Ooh, what was he thinking? And I didn't know I mean, I know every unit can shoot up. I didn't know gunslingers were that useful against air vehicles. Planes. Yeah, he was bouncing. I was reading the comments on the in the spectat. Yeah, these guys are doing God's work. I mean, look at this. Look at this. They took down 1 base, 2 base. Damn. Yep, someone's giving me a con. And I think I can still well, I'm hoping I can add value in some way, right? You got red now pushing in. Because blue's in trouble. Oh, and with that being said, yeah, look at the map. They're moving in. I'm, well, trying to get back into the fight, but it's not needed. It's not needed.
Battle ended.
Big up to the team. I mean, shout out to Sloth. what an amazing. I mean, he must be surprised that he got that much value out of those gunslingers going in, right? But yeah, that was enough. Big respects to the team for not getting it on my back about losing my lane, because I know that can happen at times. But they were supportive. They gave me advice. They came in to back me up, to help where they can. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. This was pretty much a David versus Goliath, from my perspective, right? So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed that, and I shall catch you in the next one. Peace.